Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibzuda7 here again, and I am back from the RuneScape vlog. Kind of going to be doing a little bit of a rant sesh in this one over a couple of topics that I just wanted to talk about. Just going to be doing fire making for this one. Pretty much just been doing this on my main account when I am going for my 95 prayer on my Iron Man. I did do a couple of errats. They're not too bad with this gear setup. And soul split, but I just need to make sure I don't attack the range ones or I get destroyed. But yeah, I'll probably do the task, but I won't like try and prioritize it over any other tasks or anything. So yeah, not too bad, but definitely would be way better once I upgrade gear and stuff. But yeah, I'm currently 85 fire making. I literally am just like been AFKing it a bunch with maple logs. So yeah, I think I forgot to show this, but I've got 5,600 super anti-fires now in my bank from the double XP weekend. I also have 1,200 brews that I haven't sold yet because I'm sure they went down in price a lot over the weekend because less people were buying them for PVM, and a bunch of people were probably making them for Herblore, so just goes to assume that they went down in price, and I'm just going to wait until they go up back in price, which will most likely happen, and then I'll probably sell them off. But I might keep some because I would like to use them in the future. But anyways, what I'm going to be ranting / talking about is first off the poll that Jagex has put on RuneScape 3. They've had this polling system on RS3 for a long time now, and it is so ridiculously underused. They barely ever poll anything. They used to use it like constantly, sort of like the old school, but literally like there was always a poll running, and when the old poll ended, maybe a couple days after it ended, it would be replaced with a new poll. These polls were usually about new content that they were going to be releasing, like what people wanted to see either first or what people wanted like to see the most of, and like which quests people would like to see, which quest chains they wanted expanded, things like that, which was cool because you could sort of feel like you had an influence on the updates that were on their way out, which I think is definitely a nice thing to that they had. But it's been a while since they've been doing the polls consistently, so that sort of faded out, which is kind of lame. I feel like they could make a lot better use out of the polls for certain updates as well as like what people wanted to see. But again, it's not the worst thing in the world because it wasn't a huge asset. But basically the way the polls work, there are like 3 tiers. There's the Dragonstone tier, the Diamond tier, and the Ruby tier, and they're supposed to be like in order of importance. Like the Dragonstone polls are supposed to be super important, and then or like maybe not important, but like big update or like large amounts of content to be decided on by the poll. So yeah, and then the other it goes down in tier, of course, as the updates or the polls get less important. So it's been a while since they've even released a new poll, probably a couple months as far as I know. I don't think they've released one in a long time. And they just released one a couple days ago, and it's the stupidest shit ever. Let me go ahead and open it up. I don't even know where the polls are, honestly, anymore. I thought it was under there, but maybe it's here. Yeah, it's here. So they released a new Dragonstone poll where people have to vote, should the Varrock Grand Exchange be changed to one central booth? And I don't mind because really, who gives a shit? This is the stupidest poll I've ever seen, and they released it on the Dragonstone level like it's some momentous update, and it just honestly, just seeing this just pissed me off so much because it's been so long since they released a poll. I think you can actually look at the history. Yeah, the archive. I'm going to quickly pull that up. I haven't actually looked at this, but I'm going to quickly look. Yeah, they haven't released any polls. This is the first poll from 2017, so that's nice. And in 2016, there were only 4 polls in the entire year, so that's great. And one of them was your favorite update of 2016, and that was the most recent poll, which was, I think, near the end of November, beginning of December. So it's been probably like 3 months since they released a poll, and they only released 4 last year, which is not a lot at all, considering how many updates. I mean, they come out with an update every week, and they could easily poll 3 things that are going to be in the update every week if they really wanted. Because there's all the patch notes and stuff, little changes that could be made. The little changes could be used for the Diamond and Ruby polls, but no, they don't release the polls anymore. Like, I don't understand why there was only 4 polls in 2016. 2015 had a lot of polls, which was nice. That was when I think this sort of poll system first came out, but I'm not 100% sure when exactly it first came out. No, 2014 also had a lot of polls, actually more than 2015. Holy shit. Okay, it probably first came out in 2014 then, because there are a ton of polls in there, but still, 2016 only had 4 polls, and the main thing is those were all Dragonstone level polls. They haven't used the Ruby and Diamond polls since 2015. It's been 2 years now. These 2 polls have been up here for 2 years, just sitting here having voting closed. So the fact that they go for their first poll of 2017 and their first poll in several months now, as well as like the fact that they haven't used the Ruby or Diamond polls at all since 2015, and they make this a Dragonstone level poll. Like, who the fuck cares if the Grand Exchange is 4 booths like it is, or at one single booth? Like, this is the stupid kind of crap that are on old school polls that nobody gives a shit about, and they just vote whatever. Like, it's really, really dumb that this is even in it, because on top of the fact of that, probably half the player base doesn't even use the Varrock Grand Exchange. They use the Prifton whatever Grand Exchange. Where I am right now, they use this one. And this one has the 4, or no, it only has 2 actually. It has 2 corners for the that both have the Grand Exchange at it. That's probably half, I would say, of the player base. And then the other half doesn't have access to Priftonas, and they have to use the Varrock Grand Exchange. But on top of that, why would you want it to be one central one? Because it's more convenient to have the 4, because one's near the Edgeville shortcut, one's near the Spirit Tree, and then the other 2 are near the teleport spot. I don't know, to where you teleport to the GE or whatever. But still, like, it's literally the dumbest poll ever, and they put it as a Dragonstone level, like it's some important update after they haven't used the system for such a long time. And back in 2015 and stuff, they had some pretty good polls in here, like Rune Labs things. That was a lot of the focus of it, and you could vote for all this stuff. Like for this one, I just clicked on a random one from 2015, Rune Labs, a July update, and you get to pick what type of quest you wanted: Bank Quest, Tutorial Island Quest, Beneath Menaphos Quest, Werewolf Quest, Treasure Trails Quest, Meg Quest, or I Don't Mind. And I think that was the Tutorial Island Quest 1, and that was when Beneath Cursed Tides came out. So people voted for that, and it came out. So it was like, it was cool having a vote on stuff like that. And I wasn't too mad that they weren't releasing polls at all. I thought it was kind of lame that they implemented this whole system and then they just sort of dropped off using it at all. But still, I wasn't too mad until this stupid poll came out about the Grand Exchange and where, like, how it's situated. Like, it's literally the stupidest thing. Like, I don't know. It really pissed me off. But that's just a little bit of a rant from me. I thought it was kind of stupid that they did that, and yeah, that is why I voted for I Don't Mind, because I really don't. I don't care. I could give a shit what you do with the Grand Exchange. Make it 20 booths for all I care. Just do whatever you want. Apparently, people are voting for it to go back to one single booth, but again, I do not care at all, especially because I don't even use that Grand Exchange, so really doesn't matter to me, and just so annoying that they actually even had that as a poll. But I'm gonna skip talking about that. We're done talking about that. Let me know your opinions of that in the comments below. I mean, if you were around back when they were doing polls for real and were releasing them often with actual content in them, it was pretty cool. And this is just sort of like a slap in the face or an insult to those times when the polls were actually good. And it pretty much just confirms to me that they're never going to be doing good polls again from this poll system, which is kind of disappointing. But yeah, that's rant number 1. Rant number 2, is about old school RuneScape. And I know a lot of people play old school RuneScape that also watch my videos, so you're going to get a kick out of this one, I'm sure. And it's just about how the whole old school RuneScape community is like super AIDS about RS3, and they're just like, oh, RS3 is easyscape, all that garbage. I mean, it doesn't really make me mad or anything. I think it's just stupid, and like all the childlike people that are in the old school community, always talking, saying stuff like that. And then the thing that I'm ranting about is they say all that bullshit. They talk so much shit like, oh, RS3 is easyscape, everyone who plays RS3 is lazy. And then they go and vote 90% for shift click dropping. Like, that is the biggest joke I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, everyone on all old school is always talking shit on RS3 and saying it's too easy, and then they vote for shift click dropping. You can't even do like action bar dropping in RS3 for most items, I'd say. Any items that have a left click like craft option, like these maple logs, if I was chopping maple logs for some stupid reason, and I put them on my action bar, my button that I press would not drop them. It would actually like try and fletch them or set them on fire or something like that. So the fact that they voted for that is just like such a hypocritical thing to do. Like, I thought it wasn't gonna pass, especially because I don't know how many of you guys watch Autumn Elegy, but he released some videos on mouse keys, and mouse keys have been around in RuneScape forever. I used to use mouse keys for rune crafting back in like 2008, and they've always been a thing in RuneScape. And he made a video talking about mouse keys and how to use them because auto hotkeys was banned or it's like not allowed on RuneScape anymore. I never used that program, but apparently now it is no longer allowed. And he got so much hate for showing people how to use mouse keys. And basically, they now have it even easier than using mouse keys, except for banking. You used to be able to use mouse keys, of course, to drop stuff, and now you can just hold down shift and click through your inventory to drop things. Like, it's unfathomable how hypocritical all the people who voted for that and also talk shit about RS3 are, because 90% of the community, and I know that way more than 10% of the community is AIDS as fuck and talk shit on RS3 all the time. Because I can just give, like, one time I was at the GE just standing around talking to my friend Alex about RS3 when I was on old school, and like 4 or 5 people at least came up and said RS3 sucks, lol, idiots, and just walked away. So it's just so ridiculous that people would vote for that after saying all that shit for so long. So yeah, I think it's a really stupid update to old school, the shift click dropping. It just makes the game far too easy for almost all skills. Like let me see, some skills that may not be affected. I didn't even look at the actual update. I only saw a friend's video on it. But I saw that it said something else about construction or some garbage. So I'm going to quickly look at what the hell that means. Yeah, you can do some garbage about the motherload, blah, blah, blah. Don't give a shit. Let's see right here. Oh my god, they have keyboard shortcuts on furniture? Are you fucking kidding me? What a joke, dude. That is ridiculous. Oh my god. Huh. Well, even more so then about what I was saying. Now almost every single skill is way easier because of this. And they also updated construction. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the furniture creation menu. That is insane. That is like so much easier than you don't even have to move your mouse off of the hotspot, and you can just continually destroy and build. That is, oh my god, wow. Can't believe people would vote for this after all this time. And all the people that always say they want old school not to change, like, it's not even old school RuneScape anymore at all. There's no way you can even call it that. It's literally just like the new RS2. It's not 2007, nowhere near it. And it is no way old school, besides the crap graphics. That's all you got. That's old school anymore. So hope you're enjoying that. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Especially the construction. Like your mining is way easier because you can just shift click drop the ores or the granite. Agility is not affected. Smithing is not affected. Any gathering skill though is super affected by this. Fishing. What else? Let's see. Like all the crafting skills, not really. Fishing, woodcutting, mining, hunter, and construction just got like 10 times easier on old school RuneScape, which is ridiculous. Hunter is probably one of the least affected because once you get to Chinchampas, it's not a huge deal. But before you get all the way up to Chinchampas, you do end up dropping pretty much all of the stuff that you get from Hunter. So it is still affected by this ridiculous update. But I'm going to call it on the rant for now. Just don't take this all too seriously. I was just kind of messing around with a little bit of a rant. But it just kind of baffles me how ridiculously hypocritical some people are in their opinions and stuff, especially in this case. This is a pretty extreme case. And I'm not saying everybody that plays old school is like a dick or something like that, but I would say a majority of their community are a bunch of assholes, pretty much. But if you play old school, I'm sure you're chill because you're watching my videos. You know, we're all cool here. We're all nice and not AIDS, I'd hope. But yeah, that's basically it, you guys. Just wanted to make a bit of a rant video about a couple of things. Kind of random, but I was just kind of bored this morning. Wanted to make a video. And here you go. As far as my account goes so far, I really haven't made much progress since the double XP weekend because since then, I've been focusing quite hard on my Iron Man, trying to get that 95 prayer for my next progress video. But yeah, that should be out before too long. And once I do get 95 prayer on there, I'm probably going to go ahead and camp RuneSpan on there for 90 rune crafting. And while doing that, I'm going to get back to Slayer on this account. So yeah. I will see you guys for the next video. Most likely it will just end up being a discussion of the update when it comes out on Monday. But yeah, see you guys for that. Peace.